guys, welcome to a new video on the Honda 400EX. As you guys know, we finished this quad blast video, got the motor all tuned, ready to go, and runs perfect, doesn't smoke anymore. So the next problem we're seeing with this thing is the front is very wobbly when you're riding it. It shakes pretty bad when you're getting up into the high RPMs. So today I want to figure out what that shake is coming from. And I also want to put new oil in it. It's recommended that you change out the oil after the first break-in ride, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So to change the oil in this thing, we already went over it before, but you're going to drain this container right here. There's a little screw underneath there, and then drain it from right here. There's a bolt right there. And then the oil filter is over here on this side, underneath that cover. And I just ordered a bunch of them. I got them off of Amazon here. They just came in the mail. I thought I was ordering one, but I guess 4 of them came. So that's what they look like. Now I've got 4 of them. I think this is a sign to keep the quad, maybe? I'm not sure. But yeah, so they go in this way. This is the way they go in. This is the back, this is the front. But yeah, so we're going to be doing those 2 things today, and then taking it for a nice long ride. I know a lot of people in the comments were saying take it for a top speed run, and once I get the front wobble figured out, we'll take it for a top speed run. So one thing that it could be is that the tires are pumped up too much and uneven. It does feel like this one's really, really hard. This is like completely pumped up. This one's not as hard. And then let's see what the back ones are. It's pretty hard. Those are pumped up pretty good. So I might let some air out of the front and see if that does anything. But it's not wobbly at all or anything. These are all tight. The steering is tight. Nothing is wobbly in there. That looks good. A-arms are tight. I mean, the only thing that moves is the shock. That's the only thing that moves on this thing. Look, I can't wobble any of that. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Let's see the steering. Is that pretty janky? That's pretty tight in there. Huh. Not too sure. We'll try letting out some air in the tires to see if that evens it out a bit. But I don't know, I'm kind of stumped now because I thought maybe a bushing was bad or something on one of the A-arms. But literally nothing has any play in it. Alright, first step is changing the oil. Let's get it warmed up before we change it. Oh yeah, starts right up. Thing's tuned in, ready to rip. Alright, let me grab the oil from the truck and we'll get going on this oil change. Alright, I think that's warmed up enough here. Start draining the oil. So there's a little tab underneath the oil canister right here.
Does it run good now?
Yep. Alright, we'll let that drain for a bit. It's a slow draining process on this thing. You guys look up in there. You guys can see it right there. And this thing takes about 2 quarts, actually. So it takes, let's see, is it on here somewhere? I looked it up though, and it's about 2 quarts. We're gonna be putting almost 2 quarts, it's like 1.95 quarts, into the quad today. We're using Lucas oil, high performance motorcycle oil. This stuff is formulated for wet clutches, works great on these guys, and yeah, should work out great. Alright, I completely forgot about this, but I went to step on the quad and this broke right off of here. You can see it needs to be welded on right there. So we're going to zip these bolts out and then get to that piece right there and weld that up while we're waiting for the oil to drain here. Alright, all cleaned up, ready to be welded. Was it the cleanest weld in the world? Probably not. Will it do the trick? Hopefully. All I have is a little MIG welder, and it's flux core, not hooked up to gas, so you can only do so much with it. But there's the weld. I'll clean it up, and then we'll try to bolt this back down. Alright, hit it with a little shot of spray paint, black spray paint. Looks pretty dang good. Alright, I'll reinstall that, see if it holds up. Alright, the old oil filter. You can see the gaskets on the front, empty on the back, and there is a spring down in there, so just take note of that. Alright, let's install the new one. Alright, oil filter's back in. Time to add some oil to it. Alright, we'll quick start it up and then add the other half of the oil once it's getting pumped through the system here. No leaks, we can can add the other half, and then we should be good to go. Alright guys, all the oil is added, 2 quarts, and we're ready to warm it up again. Alright, let's start it up and then let it run just for a couple minutes. Let it get hot, let the oil circulate. Again, check for leaks. Doesn't look like we have any. So we're good to go. Brand new oil, brand new filter. Should be awesome. Alright guys, I was checking over the front end of the quad again because I'm trying to get rid of that wheel wobble, and it looks like this tire's pretty loose on there. It looks like that nut can be cranked down a little bit more. That's compared to this one, which is on there tight. See, it doesn't do that. So it's either the bearing in this one, or the nut's just not on all the way, which it looks like it might be the bearing. But we'll try cranking that nut on, seeing if that tightens up. But if not, then we're probably gonna have to get some new bearings for it. And it looks like the shocks are pretty loose on here. You can see the ply right here. I'm just moving it like this. So I don't know if the shocks are just really loose or what is going on there. Alright, that's a little wobbly. It's not horrible, but we can just repack that with some grease. I think it's mostly the shock moving. You can see the shock moving right there. But we'll take off the front wheel, repack that bearing. Bearing is repacked, but still didn't fix the problem. So I'm thinking it's either the shocks or the tire pressure, because the bearing is really not that bad. So I'm not really sure. We're gonna check the tire pressure now. Yep. Front one is 22. Check this one. This one's at like 16. Yeah, so the front are pretty uneven. One's at 22, one's at 16. Yeah, let's check the back ones here. Back one doesn't even have a reading. Must be super low. And then the next back one. Yeah, those are really low. Back one doesn't have a reading again. So we're gonna definitely pump up the tires here, make sure the front are even, and then take it for a little ride. Alright guys, tires are all the same PSI now. Back ones are 10, front ones are both 18. So we'll see what happens here. Alright guys, let's see if it still has that wheel wobble. I'm guessing it probably does. It's hard to get rid of that wheel wobble in the front. Anyway, we're going to take it for a nice long trail ride. Maybe practice some wheelies. Who knows. But it's all broken in, should be from last video. Starts up perfectly now. It's all warmed up. Wobble is still there. Bunch of water over here, I remember from last time. I think it was right here before. It's not too wet back here. A little bit, but not horrible. Holy cow! I almost hit that deer! Oh, look at them! They're racing me! Look at the deer. Holy... I was so this close to hitting that one in the trail. Holy cow. Jeez. That was insane. Oh man. Oh jeez. That was a close one. Well, that was pretty freaky. Probably almost killed that deer. It's just insane. But yeah, let's continue our trail ride. Hopefully we don't hit any more deer along the way. smokes! Oh boy, we're up. Oh boy. Forgot there was a puddle right there. Ugh, now I'm all soaked. Great. More water. Holy. Wheel wobble is pretty bad. Alright guys, well that wraps up the ride on this thing. Pretty eventful, almost hit that deer. Went through the huge puddle. And yeah, it's running really great. Just practicing wheelies right now, trying to get the hang of that. But yeah, it's definitely a fun quad. I highly recommend you guys get one if you have one in the area for a decent price. Don't spend over $25 for one. Chuck's taking a little rip on the quad here. Things sound so good. Thing is so fun. See if he's gonna try to wheelie it. Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun?
Yeah.
The balance point's so nice on it. You barely have to like tilt back and you're already up. It sounds so good too. Oh, I love the ball tires. You can just drift around the corners.
Yeah.
I could feel the exhaust all the way from back here. What are your thoughts?
I wasn't expecting that.
I know, it's pretty fun, isn't it?
Yeah, that's insane.
I wasn't expecting it either. I saw all these people with the 400 EXs. I'm like, okay, that's kind of a lame quad. I hopped on, I'm like, okay.
It's insane, actually.
It's got tons of power.
Yeah. Did it run like that with with the.
It would smoke a lot. Remember?
Yeah, I like drove up and it smelled like.
Yeah.
Really awesome.
Yeah, it's fixed now. New piston, new valve seals, all brand new oil change, oil filter.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
It seems like it's running pretty good.
But yeah, it's pretty nice for $19.99. I like the electric start too. You don't have to kick it over and break your ankle every time. But yeah, that wraps up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want any motorcycle, ATV, or scooter parts, check out lap2.com. Lots of good parts up there. I'm uploading all the parts from my Kawasaki 125 up there. There's racing tires, a bunch of pipes, silencers, and stuff like that. Definitely go check it out. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And until next time, we are out.